Hi guys to everyone, I'm Ada from Pleasant Rock and today we have with us Martin from GRAU. First of all, how's it going? How are you, Martin?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you? I'm thrilled to be here.
That's a pleasure. I mean, it's a pleasure for me and us, if just me today as well. And it's kind of a rush day, but it's cool. Of course, I mean, before we speak about GRAU as a band itself, I want to ask about you, Martin. I would get to start your, like journey into music. If there was a specific moment, then you realize, oh, I'm a singer, I'm a guitarist. Like, if yeah, in general, yeah.
Well, I don't think it's that thrilling, yeah, it's not that exciting.
It's always exciting
Well,
find
music.
out the background of a musician.
Yeah, yeah. I just started very simple, like when my early teenage years, like at 13, I started to listen to Rammstein. That was like my favorite band back there. Um, but soon I moved on, like listened to more harder stuff. I listened to Slipknot then, and I liked like the more aggressive styles of the music. Explored a bit further, and when I became, I think, 15, 16, I started to learn guitar just to, like, I thought, Rammstein songs are so hard. I need to learn to
But it was
need to learn to play them, and yeah, that was like my motivation in the beginning. Like, I don't listen to Rammstein anymore, like at all today.
yeah.
But yeah, that's when my journey began with my guitar skills, and like soon 2000. I don't know what year it was, but when I turned 18, I joined a technical death metal band called Windhundra, and
That's
yeah,
how.
yeah,
Okay.
and that was my first time like playing an actual band, and yeah, that was the time I was acquiring like all my skills I had at this time, because they pushed me hard. Like, they liked to listen to Nile and Cannibal Corpse and all this stuff, and that's when I
Like
started
a
like to
little
get
bit of
all this
technical.
technical stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That was a good time. I experienced some life experiences, and yeah, then after quite a time, like I think we were there. Well, I was in the band like for 4 years or something, and yeah, that's the place where I met my vocalist from GRAU. He was the vocalist of Windhundra too, so I started to sing there, like for backing vocals. I learned growling there by myself, and yeah, we tuned down our musical style, technical.
Yeah.
How to say? Yeah, we didn't want to play in technical death metal band anymore. We were attracted to more, well, not simpler music, but more harmonic music, I'd say. And that's when we started GRAU. We separated from band and started GRAU. And yeah, so it was like, I think 2015, and we were three guys. We found a drummer, and yeah, that's when I also started to engage more into the vocal sectors. Like for the screams, I practiced them for GRAU in the first place, and yeah, that's when we recorded our first album, Transcendence. It's on Spotify now, and
Yeah, that recently.
yeah. Excuse me.
It's been added on Spotify recently.
I think like
Some
last year or 2 years ago, but like we released it 2016. We
2016.
just
Yeah.
slept on it. We slept on
There was back then. It was different.
putting it on there, on Spotify and stuff. Yeah, and it was like a very raw attempt of what we wanted to do. And yeah, soon we wrote new songs and gathered more people, more musicians, and that's when the songwriting for our latest album began, Abseits Des Lichts. And yeah, that was our vision like for 5 years, I think, to create this album. It was a very long time.
Yeah.
And we refined it a lot and reiterated a lot and changed members a lot.
But there was as well a changing of lineup.
Yes. It didn't fit all the time with the people we played back then, and had different understandings of what they wanted from the band.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just and now we're finally happy to release our album in December.
Yeah, it's the 1st of December that's going to be released. And of course, like you mentioned, like as well, like you started as listening to, let's say, like Rammstein, Slipknot, this type of music as well. That with that metal is as well, like, you know, a different kind of genre completely, especially from Nile itself. But and how did it turn out to be black metal? Which there was like the turning point that the black metal was out. Because of course, it could be black and metal band, but if it's black metal is pretty.
I think my link was like Belphegor and Behemoth.
Good band, Belphegor.
Yeah, you will listen to some influences on the album too, like the last song, which will release also like in a week, I think, Fras, like my Belphegor homage.
Okay.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's like that was like the linking point, a link for me between death and black metal, and that's how I slipped into all this black metal style. Like Behemoth also turned into more black metalish, like with the years, I think, at least in a very modern black metal style, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, and we have to clarify that, of course, that the band that you're mentioning, so I say like the influence is like, first of all, modern black metal, like Behemoth and Belphegor, but as well as like, let's say, Central European black metal. That's different from the Norwegian one, the American one, maybe Belgium, there is something as well. So there is a lot of, so it's more modern as well. So that's as well to pointing a little bit, because when we used to listen and heard the word black metal, everyone jump into Mayhem, Emperor, this huge cult. So it's always better to understand that. And this modern black metal, so let's say the contemporary black metal, could as well have could be any influence as well by your early influences of contemporary music like Rammstein or Slipknot.
Sorry, didn't catch the question.
Choosing because of course Belphegor and Behemoth are contemporary band, like as well Rammstein and this kind of genre. For instance, band like Mayhem are more for like old school metal. So let's say maybe you have more influences from the modern contemporary metal.
Yes. For sure. I'm not a big fan of old school black metal. I can listen to Darkthrone or some maybe Mystery Storm Satanas from Mayhem. That's also okay. But I think like Immortal did a more modern approach in the Norwegian black metal scene, and that was like what I was gravitating towards.
Yeah.
And by the time I listened to Behemoth and Belphegor, I also like listened to because you're from Italy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you know the band Forgotten Tomb.
Of course.
And
the depressive, suicidal black metal.
Yes, and that was like also a gateway for me into like all this very dark black metal, like with
really good
style, and
they change it. If you pay attention, they change it a lot since the beginning. They drop off the depressive, suicidal stuff of they were teenager, and just they change completely to be just a black metal band today, which is bad because we know we're some band out there doing weird things on the stage. But what is that? If of course keep you of course like catch up. You're brings more like your attention to black metal, that you found that you find yourself like closer to the genre than others maybe, like as well in the play, in the way of playing. For example, if you're
you were cut off.
No, something that brings more your attention to play, I don't know, inside of black metal than that. Could be as well like technical, not only lyric wise.
Yes, like what interests me in black metal are the harmonics and the melodies. Like they are, I think, I listen to a lot of music, but there is never such a beauty in the melodies and the harmonics like in black metal. I don't know why that's the case. Actually, it's like some kind of magic.
No. And, I can understand you. There are good bands that, yeah. Then even if they are playing that metal, black metal, they have I don't know. They kind of put something that is more, I don't want to say melodic, but you can find melody even if in the rawest black metal. And
yes,
I want to give it to you guys, if you don't know this band, but it will be known in Europe soon. I mean, it's already known. It's from America, from United States. It's called Black Braid. It's the biggest phenomenon out there in the world. It's amazing.
Okay.
He's a Native American, and he changed the history of black metal completely.
Okay. I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, just take a look. He's gonna be. He played in Europe already, but he's gonna touring, I think, in Europe in 2024. He conquered the world in just 1 year, so it's a big. And but it's cool, because if he's touring all around the Europe as a GRAU, you can have I mean, it's always good to have known bands that are similar as a genre as well, because that's a modern black metal. What is that?
Yeah, sure.
It's not old. It's innovative. But of course, I mean, like like as well in your because of course, like you released basically 2 albums, one in 2016 and one that is gonna be came out. So the first album you release, if you want to speak lyric wise, I don't know who is the one who wrote the lyrics in the band.
It's me and the other vocalist.
Sorry, so that's good. We can speak about the lyrics then. So
if I remember them.
Yes, in general, as well as like a theme topic, whatever you want to call it. What is the main, let's say, topic in the? I can't pronounce. I'm sorry. Pronounce it for me. The first album.
Transcendence.
I have to learn German. I have to.
Like transcendence.
Transcendence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the main core as well, lyric wise. So the message behind the first album, which is.
It's always when I write lyrics, it didn't change like for this album too. It's always like mental problems or like everyday problems I struggle with, in my daily life, and religion. That's like the 2 main influences for the lyrics, like feelings, emotional problems, and psychic problems. And
that's that's always something that that we have more awareness about mental disorder nowadays, of course, but it's always good to remind that diseases are normal. There's nothing wrong with that. And as well,
and also it's like
go
I always try to have an like a happy message, actually, because like it's not like I don't want to be like in like a DSBM band, like having depressive suicidal thoughts. That's not the point. It's like more often how do you say it, revelation maybe, just to deal with like having always some glimpse of hope there, that everything changes and gets better eventually.
But as well, I think if you have, at least it's not even if it's something that it's really bad, like what the worst could be psychopathic problem or schizophrenia, if they are treated or kind of there is some help, because any one of us can see help in different ways. So I don't want to say you have to be helped in that way. You can live with that normally. There's nothing wrong. You have something. Well, someone has diabetes. I have that. There's nothing wrong. Because you know what psychology does today is they give a label to everything. Even if there is no problem, they just invented a whole disorder, mental disorder, to put it all the symptoms that are not included in the others, and they call it BPD. Disorder.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really important for you to speak about in the album, in the music, about that as well. Like with the different points.
About my feelings, and also like the new album has a more focus onto nihilism, just but in a very upbeat way, because I at least think like the nihilism is just like a good thing. Like it frees yourself from like religion and all these sin concepts and so on. And that's like a good message for me, for like the listeners, for at least for the German ones. And that's also why we chose the new the title of the album, like Abseits des Lichts, which means like outside of the light. And it's also a part of the lyrics from the song Nichts, which means nothing. And if you translate it for yourself, maybe from German to English or Italian, I don't know, you'll see it has a good message, like a happy message, actually.
Yeah, because I like as well, like you're seeing like outside of the boxes of the kind of, let's say, all belief, especially in Europe, we have this belief which is the mainly diffused, which is Christianism in each forms, especially if you want to say to my land, we have the Vatican, which is, you have to, I mean, most of people here are followers, like really, I think that's obsession more than believing, really. So when you think outside the boxes and you just go outside, you almost can. Every children that's growing up, he goes to church, you get everyone, even if we are unaware, because the mother and the father choose that. But with the new generation, so let's say my generation, your generation, being having this awareness that we are free to choose, because there is no society that imposes us. I think there will be less baptized children in the future. So.
Yeah, I can feel your pain, because like I have a Polish heritage, and in Poland, Catholicism is also very strong. And,
a lot. Yeah. We share that. That's not, I mean, let's speak about, let's see the positive side. We had the chance to, you moved. I will maybe one day move as well. But of course, like in general, we just saw that lyric-wise. I want to ask about the technical part. So let's say about what is, of course, like when you started, they went almost 9 years from the first album to the last one. So it's a huge period. So what does it change what did it change, at least what can you see in writing, not writing, but just in composing, like improvement and new influences?
Like I mentioned, like we started with 3 people in the beginning, and that's why I wrote the songs, so I just need to play one guitar. Like the second guitar was like was secondary in the and that changed with the new album, because we have a very good second guitarist, and he plays just what I write. Like he can he just can do it, and that's very refreshing for me. And also he like overtook me by a mile, I think, already. And that's what's the main focus is, like in the new album, like 2 guitars, and we don't have like song structures in the classical way. Like we don't have like choruses, verse, and so on. It's more like an flow. We like to have a flow. Like we don't want to have like riff and then riff and then riff, which aren't intersected with each other, but we spend very much time to have a flow in our songs, and that's like very important to us. Also, the vocal experiments we began with the first album, we built we built on top of it. I and the second and the main vocalist are having like vocal experiments. He's like when he's growling, I'm shouting, and at the same time, and like having this intersections also. That was like, yeah, that was the main focus of this album. Yeah.
So and but let's say that of course, like you release as well like a lyric videos. It's out. You are planning to do as well some music video, like a complete music video clip or just.
No, not for now.
Okay.
We have plans, like, but they aren't very concrete. And but there will be a second lyrics video because, like I already told you, the song "Nichts" like, is very important to us, and we want the lyrics video for this too, like just to send this message.
And then as well, speaking always lyric-wise, you're always. It's important. I mean, for me at least, it's beautiful things that you're gonna sing and keep on singing in German language, not switching in English, for example. It's like your intention is to keep on going with your language, and that's it. Which is, or you're thinking maybe to change to switch to English one day.
I think we will keep German, but there is a surprise on the album. Like the second song is called "Niemy." It's a Polish song, actually. It's just Polish lyrics because like it's my heritage, but not because I'm like, not just because I'm like very proud of it, but it is a very personal song. It's like a love song actually, and lyrics, and yeah, that's why I wrote it in Polish. At least for in the part, like there's German and Polish mixed, and I don't think we will switch to English soon because like that's not what GRAU is about. Like we can express ourselves better in German, obviously, and yeah, that's why we began with that and want to continue also.
Yeah, but
maybe that's. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
No. I'm curious now.
Yeah, but actually, it's maybe a cool segue. I have another band, like it's called GRAU, and it's very new. And we started touring like in September, and it's going very well. I'm the main vocalist there.
Okay.
I don't play guitar, and that's in English. If you're interested in that, it's like
I like. I mean, it's always like a death metal, black metal band, or it's a different genre.
It's how did they call it? Like fans call it Black and Death Doom. Like it's very sludgy. It has also like my black and death metal vocals in it, but it's also very punky. You have to listen. It's a very curious, very cool. You know what?
Mix, we can arrange a second interview talking only about that.
Sure. Yeah.
With that, we give a little bit of a highlight to GRAU. That fucking accent.
GRAU is good.
I mean, I like the accent. I like the language. You need to learn it for working one day. But I will have to.
You're doing great.
Yeah. Okay, now let's say to the other people in Poison Rock that correct me all the time, and so we can do another interview just talking about this other project as well because because it's interesting, like as well the mixture of genre that you mentioned is and as well this band see you as well as a vocalist, so as a frontman is as well as we can make a comparison as well between a leader, like a frontman, than just instead of being a guitarist backing vocals.
Yeah.
There is always a difference as well in the live show, especially, and I think it's that. And about
there are live everything. Yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, did you already did some live shows with GRAU at the beginning of 2016 or now?
Yeah, we had some live shows, but because of like the lineup changes, it was pretty difficult to sustain that, and also like COVID was a big problem for us. Because like in Germany we couldn't meet up to like have a rehearsal or something.
We were the unlucky that we were the worst in the Europe, I think. Germany.
I saw that. I saw videos like people singing on the back.
No, that's true.
Yeah. We had some gigs, but like the last one was in April last year, and yeah, we still struggling with members. Like we have to find a drummer who's like not a session drummer only to promote the album. But there will be a show in February. Hosted by GRAU, by the way, and it's called Winter Grief. So if someone listens to this, sees this, feel free to join us on 2nd of February in Karlsruhe, Germany.
And that you ever, because of course, you know, like Germany, I mean, it's not up to me to say, you live there, so you know better than me. Germany has the best festival of all the world, basically, kind of, except for one, maybe in the Maryland Death Fest in US. That's the best festival in Europe. But for black metal, there is Midgårdsblot. Don't forget that. Midgårdsblot is the best black metal festival. But
I thought that too, that Germany is the best place, but this year I was at how is it called? It's in Danzig in Poland. Oh my god, I forgot the name. Fuck. But it's beautiful. It's like in a harbor city, Danzig in Poland, and you have like everywhere are how do you call this, mats where you like I don't know. It's a great festival. You just need to check it out, but I don't know the name anymore. Fuck.
It's like located in a city or in a
yeah, Danzig. Or like I don't know what's it. I have a look.
Okay.
Danzig Festival.
It's okay. We can always cut up the part.
Mystic Festival. Mystic Festival.
Yeah. And it's located like we're saying, like in the city. So it's like or in because there are as well, like I think it's in Austria. There some festival like in the mountains, in the forest. I have no idea which are those names of these festivals in Austria, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, speaking about, you know, like big festival like Summer Breeze or Partisan, apart from Wagen, because Wagen is too well known in my opinion, and but Summer Breeze is one of the best for especially upcoming band.
Yes,
they give a lot of opportunity to play, and the crew there is like I wrote an article once, like Summer Breeze is like home. That's amazing, and I wanted to.
Oh, you did? Beautiful.
That's beautiful. If you got the chance, or if you will need any, I can meet you there. Just go to play at Summer Breeze. You will love that, and I think they will welcome you really well, because there was a band from Austria. There was, you know, like maybe first single. They went to play there, and now they are playing everywhere. Just, but of course we have a lot. I mean, from my point of view, I will always suggest Midgårdsblot in Norway, which is the land of folk and black. They only play two genres: black metal and folk metal. That's it. So you have that. You don't have any other genre. And then Summer Breeze, because it's it's bigger, but they give as well a chance to everyone to play, which is good. And they give you always accreditation. Yes. Always good. Don't hate me for that. I hope they don't see this interview. But anyway, speaking about, before we end the interview, speaking about the present project. So, like you said, the album is going to be out on the 1st of December. So basically, almost we are out there. And the album will be available, be physical format or digital ones?
Yes. Both. On like our streaming platforms, and also we have a digipack. You can check it out like on Tragedy Productions Bandcamp site, or for Europe there's also a store, M7 Music, I think. I think that the link is also
on the website
provided by Tragedy Records. That's a digipack. It turned out beautiful. I love the cover. We have like
who take care of the cover? Who take care of the cover of the artwork?
I did. Like we searched for a very long time, but someday I just like went to Instagram and searched for dead animals and carcasses, and it just sounds strange, I know, but I did. And
Anyway,
yeah, I found this picture of this dead goat, like with not completely rotten, but in the original picture it also has like black eyes, and it just lay there, and I thought this is a beautiful picture. Like someone was taking it by with a film camera on a hike,
okay.
he said, and yeah, it's like a very beautiful picture of rotting, like but in a very in a nice way, and that's what I took this pic. I bought the rights for this picture and
Yeah.
took it to a designer, and he turned the
Into-
picture into our cover we have now.
That sounds
Yeah.
really interesting because there's a meaning behind that. Like, for example, you choose that because you liked it, or because you thought that as a meaning that could express the soul of GRAU. So it's a freaking confusional question. But
It's because it's cool because the hiker who took the photograph, he said it was like outside, like next to the way he was like hiking,
okay.
and it was a bit
Child.
obscured by the fauna there and flora there, and yeah, it's like outside of the, like next to the light, next to the path, you know, and that's, I think, like a cool connection to this picture at least, and yeah.
Yeah, because it was almost.
I don't know if
Yeah, it has a meaning because it's kind of like a light, dark kind of take as well, like you what.
and
Yeah.
a bit outside of the known path, like
Yeah.
like that's.
So it's
But in the first place, it's like a cool picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the band is behind that, so you have to choose as well. If you like the picture, why not? But as well, like you
Yep.
said, like I think in my opinion, it has as well some kind of meaning for the meaning of the album that you mentioned, that you said, like the translation of the title itself of the album. But I'm really pleased to have this interview with you, Martin, because it was really nice, and as well we had fun, we talked, and I'm really curious to listen to the album, and as well to do the other interview with the other band of you. So we can do, like a comparison as well, not comparison, which is the best or not, but as well, like you being a leader and you being like a guitarist. And I wish you all the best for the release of the album. And what can I say?
Thank you.
Have a beautiful evening. We can say afternoon, evening. We can say because we are on the same time zone, thankfully. And wish you a beautiful day. It was really fun.
Thanks, Anna. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.